Hey, what's up, you legends? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, you're about to unlock some serious game-changing vibes. Today, we're diving deep into how to flip your psychology around money, torch those limiting beliefs, and step into the abundant life you're meant to live. This isn't fluff, it's raw, real, and rooted in principles that winners like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant lived by. So, buckle up, we're going big. If you're ready to level up, smash that like button right now, hit subscribe, and don't forget to tap that bell so you never miss a drop of this fire. Let's get it. Section 1. Rewiring your mind for wealth. Your relationship with money defines far more than your bank balance. It shapes your entire existence. If you dream of amassing wealth, of living a life unbound by financial limits, then you must first learn to think like those who've already arrived there. The notion that endless toil is the gateway to prosperity is a hollow myth, one that keeps too many tethered to a treadmill of effort with no finish line in sight. Abundance isn't hiding behind a wall of sweat and sacrifice. It's already out there, patiently waiting for you to claim it with the right perspective. Consider this. Your emotions and beliefs about money often have little to do with how much you actually possess. You could be sitting on a fortune and still feel scarcity gnawing at your soul, or you could be scraping by and yet radiate the confidence of a tycoon. That flimsy piece of paper we call currency, it's just a symbol, a stand-in for value we've agreed to honor. The real power lies not in the paper itself, but in the mind that decides what it's worth and how to summon more of it. Michael Jordan once said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." His wealth didn't come from brute force alone. It came from a mindset that refused to bow to limitation. Why then do we cling to the idea that hard work is the only path forward? From childhood, we're fed this narrative. Grind for decades, and maybe, just maybe, you'll break through. But pause for a moment and reflect. How many people do you know who've poured their hearts into that story, only to end up with empty pockets and fading dreams? They've clocked the hours, punched the tickets, and still, the prize eludes them. The evidence is glaring. Effort without insight is like running a race with no map. It's not the labor that's lacking, it's the lens through which they see the game. Here's the truth that shifts everything. Wealth begins in your head, not your hands. The belief that you must claw your way up through sheer willpower is a relic of a poorer way of thinking, one that billionaires abandoned long ago. Kobe Bryant put it bluntly, "The moment you give up is the moment you let someone else win." He didn't mean giving up on effort entirely, but on the outdated idea that effort alone dictates your destiny. To step into abundance, you don't need more hustle, you need a richer imagination. Strip away the lie of hard work as the sole savior, and you'll find a world where possibility reigns supreme. Section 2. Embodying the mindset of abundance. To unlock a life of wealth, you must first ask, how does an abundant person see the world? Picture their thoughts as a blazing fire, bold, unshakable, and alive with possibility. You've got to ignite those same sparks in your own mind, wiring them in through relentless focus and deliberate intent. This isn't a fleeting exercise. It's the installation of a new operating system, a voice that whispers courage instead of caution, opportunity instead of obstacle. With every repetition, you etch this mindset deeper until it's the rhythm your life dances to. Now take it further. How does that abundant soul show up each day? Before you let the world flood in through your phone's glowing screen, pause. Shut your eyes and step into their shoes. Rehearse the way they stride with purpose, the calm in their breath, the warmth in their grin. Imagine how they'd command a conversation, radiate ease in a meeting, or savor a meal with gratitude. Kobe Bryant once said, "Great things come from hard work and perseverance, no excuses." But here's the twist. The real work isn't in the grind. It's in training your brain to live the part until it's no longer a rehearsal, but your reality. Science backs this up. When you're fully present in that mental stage, your mind blurs the line between imagination and experience. Ditch the paycheck mentality. It's a trap that chains you to smallness. That steady drip of realistic income breeds a servant's mindset, not a creator's. Abundance demands you reject the script that says logic and practicality are your gods. Logic didn't build empires. Wild, illogical leaps did. I've seen it myself. Some of my biggest wins came when I tossed the rulebook and bet on the absurd. Michael Jordan didn't become a legend by playing it safe. He trusted his vision over the doubters. The abundant don't bow to reasonable. They sculpt their own rules and watch the world bend to fit them. What you dwell on, you draw near. If your inner monologue drones on about scarcity, your lack of degrees, your empty wallet, you're handing your mind a blueprint for more of the same. Flip the script. Success isn't a lottery ticket, it's a map, and it starts with a crystal clear vision of what you're chasing. Feed your thoughts with purpose, not poverty, and watch how the universe starts conspiring in your favor. An abundant person doesn't just think differently. They become the living proof of their own daring belief. Section 3. Thinking like a billionaire. What separates you from a billionaire? It's not luck or lineage, it's the scale of your thoughts. If you're dreaming of billions, you can't afford to fuss over nickels, dimes, or even hundreds. Billionaires don't tally small change. They envision vast horizons and chart the boldest routes to reach them. The wealth you crave isn't locked away in some distant vault. It's already out there, swirling in the ether, ready for anyone audacious enough to claim it. The only barrier? Your own mind, quietly building walls where doors should stand. How do those walls rise? Through the stories you tell yourself. I'll never have enough, I don't belong in that league, my roots are too humble for riches. Maybe you grew up hearing the clink of coins was as good as it gets, or that struggle is your birthright because of where you started. Those whispers of doubt aren't just noise, they're chains, anchoring you to a life smaller than you deserve. Worse, if you've bought the lie that money only flows through a paycheck, you've capped your potential before the game even begins. That's not a truth, it's a trap. Break that mold, and the possibilities explode. Wealth doesn't trickle from one predictable stream. It rushes in from 1,000 unexpected rivers if you dare to redirect your focus. Decide you're done with scarcity, and the how reveals itself. Michael Jordan didn't become a billionaire by doubting his shot. He aimed high and trusted the net would catch him. You don't need permission or a manual, you just need to start. Who's going to stop you? No one, unless you hand them the reins by sharing your vision with the wrong crowd. Imagine this. You shout your dream to the rooftops, I'm going to be rich. And someone close, maybe a parent, shoots back, rich? Look at our family. Settle down and get a steady gig. It's tempting to nod and shrink back, assuming they've got the wisdom of experience. But here's the twist. Your imagination isn't their domain. That fire in your chest, it's yours alone, a gift not everyone can see. Kobe Bryant said, everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise. Your destiny isn't tied to someone else's doubts. It's forged in the furnace of your own belief. Section 4. Claiming victory through vision. Success demands a starting line. Know exactly what you want, and anchor yourself in the unwavering belief that it's yours to take. Feel it in your bones. Give thanks for it daily, as if it's already in your hands, long before the world hands you the proof. Ownership begins as a spark in your mind, a quiet conviction that grows into reality. But don't mistake this for idle dreaming. Faith without action is a bird without wings. You've got to move step by step to turn that inner certainty into something tangible. Setbacks will come, count on it. Defeat isn't a dead end. It's a forge where your resolve is tempered. Every stumble tests your trust in yourself, pushing you to rise again until triumph crowns your persistence. Michael Jordan knew this. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. When you march to your own beat, carving your path by your own design, that's the truest sign you're on the right track. The rhythm of your vision sets you apart. It's your compass when the storm hits. Here's the catch. Most people won't see it. Your dream, your far-off horizon, they're invisible to those who don't share your lens. They'll squint, puzzled, wondering what drives you, where this fire comes from, and they don't need to understand. Back when I first felt that pull for something bigger, I didn't have the words to explain it either. Just a gut-deep knowing I couldn't shake. Kobe Bryant captured it. If you're afraid to fail, then you're probably going to fail. The world may not get it, but your clarity doesn't depend on their approval. It thrives in the space you carve out for it. Once you lock into this frequency, there's no ceiling to what you can summon. Your thoughts become a magnet, pulling opportunities from corners you didn't even know existed. Ideas aren't just fleeting whispers, they're forces, sculpting your life with every pulse. Tune your mind to abundance and watch how the universe bends to match it. A person's reality mirrors what they dare to think. So think boldly, think richly, and let that vibration carry you to heights others can't even imagine. Section 5. The harvest of an abundant mind. What happens when you live as if abundance is already yours? The experiment yields a simple, transformative truth. You begin to feel it, deep and unshakable. That sensation you've cultivated in quiet moments, eyes closed, now demands to spill into your waking life. Why? Because when you're steeped in the emotions of your future, joy, freedom, plenty, you stop chasing shadows. You're no longer a seeker, you become the source. The world shifts when you carry that feeling with your eyes wide open. Your potential is boundless once you decide it is. Set your mind to it, trust it fully, and the universe delivers. Believe, and it arrives. Your life is a mirror of your inner landscape, shaped by the attitude you choose to wield. Money isn't just coins or bills. It's a current, a living energy that flows where your frequency beckons. I must have heard it 1,000 times before it clicked. Wealth is a vibration. Kobe Bryant said, "The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do." That inspiration starts with tuning yourself to the right signal. Alignment is everything. Shedding the old baggage of "I can't" and stepping into surrender. For me, it began with a shift, from "I can't afford it" to money streams to me effortlessly. Back then, I was still clawing out of debt, still grounded in struggle, but I leaned into the energy anyway. It wasn't instant. Those old tapes kept playing, "This is too hard, I'm stuck and I'm lost." But I dug into the blocks, faced them head on, and chose a new mantra. Michael Jordan's words echoed, "Limits, like fears, are often just an illusion." The shift wasn't about faking belief. It was about feeling the possibility until it became my truth. That's the outcome. When you raise your vibration, abundance doesn't just knock, it floods. Here it's not about pretending the obstacles aren't there. It's about feeling the flow despite them. Easily and freely became my rhythm, even when the numbers didn't yet match. The power lies in the emotion, not the evidence. You don't need the world to agree with you first. You start where you stand, tune into that frequency, and watch how life rearranges itself to meet you there. That's the magic of abundance. It's not a gift bestowed, it's a state you claim. Section 6. Rewriting the rules of riches. We're wired for emotion, and that phrase, "money flows easily and freely," struck me like lightning. It's a feeling that rewrites your core, unshackling you from the grind. If you're still clinging to the idea that sweat and virtue alone will stack your fortune, let it go. It's a fairy tale. True wealth, the kind that floods in waves, doesn't bow to toil. It answers to clarity, to unshakable intent, and to principles you wield like tools, not to random chance or a lucky break. You don't need a genius IQ to rake in millions. Trust me, I'm proof. I wasn't the sharpest mind in the room, yet the cash kept coming. People love to preach that smarts equal success, but I've seen it defied time and again. Riches don't care about your test scores, they care about your vision. Michael Jordan didn't dominate because he was a scholar. He said, "Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships." The real intelligence, it's knowing the game isn't about brain power alone. It's about belief and bold moves. Now check your habits. If you grumble about money, sneer at those who have it, panic when it's scarce, or cut corners to get it, you're miles from abundance. An abundant soul doesn't play that way. You've got to stare those patterns down and vow to snap them. Kobe Bryant put it raw. "I can't relate to lazy people. We don't speak the same language." Abundance isn't just a goal, it's a standard. If you want it, you can't drag along the baggage of bitterness or desperation. Those chains have to break. Here's the clincher. To step into a new reality, you can't haul your old self along. That tale of lack, tied to your upbringing, your past, your excuses, has to die. People look at their paycheck, tally the hours, and think, "At least I earned it the hard way." But money? It's conjured from thin air, printed by someone, somewhere. The trick isn't to slave for it, it's to master the art of drawing it in with minimal resistance. There are folks out there who've cracked that code, and they're not breaking a sweat. Why should you? Section 7. Tuning into the frequency of wealth. Wake up. They're out there printing money, literally churning it out, while you're breaking your back for crumbs. It's time to flip the question. How can you pull in the most cash with the least grind? The answer isn't in clocking more hours, It's in mastering the game. Start a venture, learn to spot arbitrage opportunities, sharpen your sales pitch, and wield marketing like a weapon. These aren't just skills. They're your ticket to riding the wave of abundance instead of drowning in the undertow. The myth of job security is a crumbling relic. A paycheck might feel like a lifeline, but it's a leash. They can cut you loose whenever the wind shifts. Your real safety net, the ability to generate wealth on your own terms. Forget half-hearted side gigs that limp along. They're distractions. Focus on the craft of making money, because that's the pulse of the game. Michael Jordan didn't coast on talent alone. He said, "I can accept failure, everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying." Your skills, not your 9 to 5, dictate your staying power. Money's an energy, a current you can tap into when you sync up with its rhythm. Once you do, it rushes in like a flood, fast, fierce, and almost comical in its abundance. You'll wonder where it was hiding while you trudged the slow, straight path. Most folks miss this. They're stuck believing the harder they work, the more they'll get. Wrong tune, wrong station. Kobe Bryant nailed it. The moment you give up is the moment you let someone else win. Wealth doesn't reward extra shifts. It flows to those who dare to play a different song. Here's the line in the sand between triumph and defeat. Listen close, because missing this truth is where most stumble. Success isn't about luck, credentials, or brute effort. It's about one defining trait: belief. Every titan, every trailblazer, every winner shares this. They trust in what's possible when others see only walls. Doubt is the seed of failure. Faith is the root of victory. Think hard on this, because your capacity to believe doesn't just shape your wallet, it carves your entire destiny. Section 8. Seeing the donut, not just the whole. Perspective is everything. Those who falter fixate on the gap, the void, the missing piece, while the victorious eye the bounty surrounding it. Shift your mindset about money, and your entire world transforms. How much you have stashed away doesn't dictate your feelings about it. Your inner story does. Two people can sit on the same pile of cash, yet one feels rich and the other wretched. It's not the balance, it's the belief. Let's rewind to the echoes of your past. What did you hear about money growing up? Maybe it was a chorus of "we can't swing that," or "money doesn't grow on trees." Those words didn't just vanish, they burrowed deep. Picture someone today, solid job, healthy savings, yet they cringe at splurging on a coffee. Their partner points to the bank account. "We're fine," but the guilt lingers. Why? Because at 6 years old, they absorbed a script of scarcity that still whispers louder than the numbers. Kobe Bryant said, "You have to be able to accept your failures and learn from them." That early conditioning? It's a failure you can rewrite. Here's the twist. Most people wield their incredible power of faith against themselves. They dwell on lack, sickness, dread, and defeat, pouring energy into what they fear instead of what they crave. Flip that switch, and it's effortless to envision prosperity, vitality, and triumph. Michael Jordan nailed it. "My attitude is that if you push me towards something that you think is a weakness, then I will turn that perceived weakness into a strength." Your mind's a magnet. What you focus on grows. Why not aim it at abundance instead of absence? Wealth follows a rulebook you can't outrun, the law of compensation. Your income locks into a precise equation: how much your work is needed, how well you deliver it, and how tough it'd be to replace you. No amount of wishing bends this. It's a mirror reflecting your value in the world. Master something essential, excel at it, and make yourself irreplaceable, and the money flows like a river. It's not about luck. It's about aligning your actions with this unyielding truth. Section 9. Mastering the energy of abundance. Money isn't what you think. It's energy. A current pulsing through everything, waiting for you to harness it. The day I stopped bowing to it, treating it like some untouchable king, everything flipped. It quit ruling me, and I took the reins. Money's a brilliant ally when you wield it right. A tool to build, a servant to command. But let it dominate you, and it's a tyrant that'll chain your soul. Strip away the illusion. Money's not solid, not real in the way we're taught. It's a vibration, a hum in the air, everywhere, always. Your job? Tune into that signal. Abundance isn't a stack of bills or a fat account. It's a way of existing, a frequency you embody. Michael Jordan said, "You have to expect things of yourself before you can do them." Step into that state, and you're not chasing wealth. You're pulling it in like gravity. That pull only works when you shed the weights of doubt, dread, and deprivation. Money flows to those who don't clutch it in panic or shrink from it in fear. I've crossed paths with millionaires who live like paupers, too scared to pick up a tab, hoarding every cent as if it'll vanish. That's not richness, that's scarcity in disguise. True abundance radiates ease, not entrapment. Kobe Bryant put it sharp. I'd rather be perceived as overconfident than timid. Confidence in plenty, not lack, is what opens the floodgates. Your life broadcasts your frequency. Check the evidence. Glance at your paycheck, your sales numbers, your results, whatever metric you've got. That's not just a figure, it's a mirror of the vibe you're riding. Belief shapes reality, even if you're bluffing at first. Keep believing, and you'll live it. Fake it till it's fact. Your income doesn't lie about where you're tuned. It's the clearest signal of whether you're dancing with abundance or wrestling with want. Section 10. Dialing into your destiny. You hold the dial to your life's frequency. Yes, you and we can tweak it any time. If you can picture it in your head, you can cradle it in your palms. That's the unbreakable law at play. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich isn't just a catchy title. It's a blueprint. But flip it, and the same rule applies. Drift into careless thoughts, and you'll think and grow broke. Poverty doesn't need effort, just neglect. That's why we can't slack on steering our minds. Let your thoughts wander aimlessly, and you risk joining the ranks of those who unconsciously manifest lack. To rise beyond the ordinary, you've got to seize the wheel of your own fate. Success doesn't come from following orders. It's forged through your own grit and vision. Michael Jordan said, "Some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen." No one's going to hand you the map. You draw it yourself. Two types of people stagnate: those who rebel against all guidance and those who can't move without it. Too many master the art of floundering instead of flourishing. It's all in the head. Take Tesla. The world scoffed. Old news, yet they pushed forward, relentless, seeing a future others missed. Same with Google, same with Apple. They delivered what people craved before anyone knew how to ask. Kobe Bryant nailed it. If you do not believe in yourself, no one will do it for you. Vision plus persistence trumps doubt every time. Billionaires don't just spot flaws, they mine lessons from them. A setback isn't a stop sign, it's a classroom. This flopped. What's the takeaway? That's their lens. If you want that kind of wealth, ditch the habit of tallying what won't work and start hunting for what will. Your mind's the engine. Tune it to possibility, not paralysis. Change how you think, and you'll change what you hold. Section 11. Riding the high-frequency wave picture. This, money isn't the stack of bills or shiny coins you imagine. It's a vibrant, high-frequency energy, always in motion. What looks solid is just a mask. Beneath it flows an invisible river, alive and pulsing. Like a radio signal, it's out there, humming, ready to connect with those who match its wavelength. That's the secret. Money doesn't chase effort alone. It seeks the current you project. We're all broadcasters, beaming out a frequency through our thoughts, feelings, and deeds. When you're stuck in worry, scarcity, or tension, you're dialing into a low hum, repelling the flow. Even if cash trickles in, it's meager, hard-won, and fleeting, like water slipping through cracked hands. But shift to abundance, optimism, and clarity, hit that flow state, and you turn into a beacon. Michael Jordan said, "The game is my wife. It demands loyalty and responsibility, and it gives me back fulfillment and peace." That's high-frequency living, aligned and magnetic. Fear and lack are static. They jam the signal. Live there, and you'll scrape by, watching wealth dance just out of reach. But elevate your vibe. Think big, feel rich, act with purpose, and money rushes in like a tide. It's not about forcing it. It's about syncing up. Kobe Bryant put it raw. Pain doesn't tell you when you ought to stop. Pain is the little voice in your head that tries to hold you back. Push past that low buzz and you'll see. Abundance flows to those who radiate it. I've lived this rhythm myself. Endless stretches of effort with no payout, just quiet growth. Grind, grind, grind. Nothing in the bank, but I'm sharper. More grind, still no windfall, yet I'm stronger. Then, after piling up those unseen gains, boom, the reward hits. It's not random. It's the universe tuning in. High-frequency energy doesn't rush the process. It builds you first, then delivers. Keep climbing that inner ladder, and the outer riches will follow. Section 12. The power of serving. Big one day, the cash rolls in and everyone's shouting, "Wow, you struck gold overnight." But rewind the tape. It's not a year's magic trick. It's years of unseen groundwork stacking up inside you. You grind, stay the course, trust you're on the right path, even when the scoreboard's blank. Then pop, the bubble bursts and the payout hits. Michael Jordan said, "I've always believed that if you put in the work, the results will come." That overnight glow, it's just the world catching up to your inner climb. Here's the real key to wealth. Serve the masses. The bigger your reach, the fatter your reward. People grumble, "Why is an athlete banking millions while a doctor scrapes by?" Simple math. Count the crowd. A doc's got 50 patients, that's 50 patient cash. LeBron's got millions cheering in the stands and on screens. That's million-level pay. Don't get it twisted. Impact scales income. Serve a handful, earn a handful. Touch the world, and the world pays back. It's not charity. It's a law of abundance. Wealth follows service. The more lives you lift, the more needs you fill, the higher you rise. Billionaires don't hoard their gifts. They spread them wide. Kobe Bryant nailed it. Use your success, wealth, and influence to put them in the best position to realize their own dreams. If you're pouring your sweat into something, make it count. Solve big problems. Reach big audiences. That's the engine of riches. But here's the catch. You can't fuel that engine with doubt. Negative thoughts are a luxury you can't afford. They clog the works, dim the vibe. Every ounce of energy you've got needs to push forward, not pull back. Success isn't just effort. It's effort aimed high and backed by belief. Serve relentlessly, think abundantly, and the overnight flood will prove it was never luck. It was you all along. Section 13. The myth of instant riches. The paycheck lands and the crowd gasps, "Whoa, you made it big overnight." They think it's a lightning strike, a one-year wonder. Truth is, it's no fluke. You've been stacking bricks in the dark, honing yourself, trusting the path, even when the winds didn't show. Then, snap. The dam breaks and abundance pours out. Kobe Bryant said, "These scars are my proof that I didn't give up." That sudden success? It's the fruit of roots you've been watering all along. Want the secret to real money? It's not about grinding harder. It's about reaching wider. Wealth scales with service. The more people you touch, the more flows back. Folks complain, "Why's a baller raking in millions while a surgeon's stuck?" Easy. Count the audience. A surgeon heals dozens. LeBron inspires millions. Dozens get you dozen-sized pay, millions get you million-sized stacks. Don't miss it. Impact drives income, not just intent. Service isn't a sideline, it's the highway to riches. The more lives you enrich, the more needs you answer, the bigger your harvest. Think of it like planting seeds. A small patch yields a basket, a field yields a fortune. Michael Jordan put it plain. The minute you get away from fundamentals, the bottom can fall out. Fundamentals here? Serve relentlessly, solve real problems, scale your reach. That's the equation that turns effort into empires. But here's the kicker. You can't let gloom hijack your headspace. A single sour thought is a leak in the tank, too costly to ignore. Every step you take toward this has to pulse with purpose, not pessimism. The overnight mirage fools outsiders, but you know the truth. It's not luck. It's you, building, serving, believing, until the world can't help but pay up. Section 14. Redefining work, rewriting. You forget the fairy tale that grinding is the golden ticket. Some of the hardest workers end up with the emptiest hands. Pause and chew on that. The gospel of work hard is a flimsy lie. When you're lit up by what you do, it's not labor, it's life. Michael Jordan said, "Heart is what separates the good from the great." Pour your heart into what you love, and the word work vanishes from your vocabulary. So what sets your soul on fire? Drop the slog and chase that spark. When you do, the grind dissolves into joy. To shift your life, you've got to rewrite the script etched in your head. It starts with a choice so fierce, so electric, it jolts past the old wiring in your brain and the baggage in your bones. That decision's energy has to outmuscle the habits and feelings that have kept you small. Your body has no choice but to follow your mind's lead. Look hard at who you are and what your world reflects. Your personality isn't just quirks, it's the architect of your reality. Tweak the builder, and the blueprint changes. This isn't about chasing abundance to fix a broke version of you. It's about stepping into a self that already embodies it. Kobe Bryant nailed it. The most important thing is you must put everybody on notice that you're here and you are for real. Abundance isn't the goal. It's the byproduct of becoming unstoppable. There's a tipping point every person faces. The stark truth that no one's swooping in to save you. That's when you grow up, when you claim your power. Some never cross that line, clinging to childish waiting. But winners don't bow out, and quitters don't cash in. Decide who you'll be, because the moment you stop waiting and start creating, the game shifts in your favor. Section 15. Carving your legacy. Clarity is your compass. By now you should know what you're chasing and have a roadmap to seize it. Going beyond the bare minimum isn't optional if your sights are set above average. Each morning ask yourself, how fierce is your hunger? How deep does your dream run? Michael Jordan said, if you're trying to achieve, there will be roadblocks. I've had them, everybody has had them, but obstacles don't have to stop you. That fire for greatness, it's your fuel. Forgetting your vision is the easy path. Holding it close takes grit. To keep it burning, you've got to guard it in your mind's eye. Shut out the noise, step away from the chaos, dim the lights, let a melody hum softly. Don't replay yesterday's stumbles or fret over today's to-do list. Those are reruns you've already seen. Anchor yourself in the now and ask, who am I choosing to become when I face the world again? What does brilliance look like today? Picture it. One day, one move, one life lived boldly. How would an abundant soul stride through it? Not timid, not small, but electric with purpose. Kobe Bryant put it blunt. There's a choice that we have to make as people, as individuals. If you want to be great at something, there's a choice to be made. Don't let the defeated drag you down with their shrugs. We all end up in the ground, so why bother? That's a lie. You weren't born to fade into dust, unmissed and unmarked. You're here to etch something epic into existence, to be echoed through time. Your legacy isn't just in what you build, it's in the lives you shape, the lineage you ignite. Raise a tribe so remarkable, forged in your vision, that your name rings out long after you're gone. You're not here for survival. You're here to sculpt a bloodline of strength and mastery that history can't ignore. Section 16. Claiming what you're worthy of the universe mirrors your self-worth. It hands you only what you believe you deserve. Show up for yourself day after day, and that conviction builds, not some puffed-up entitlement, but a quiet, steady knowing. I'm ready for this. It's mine. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. Michael Jordan said, you have to expect things of yourself before you can do them. Worthiness isn't a gift from outside, it's a fire you stoke within. You're not primed for your dreams until you trust they're within reach. Belief unlocks everything. See it as possible, claim it as yours, and it arrives. The trap. Sitting there, tapping your foot, muttering, where is it, when's it coming? That's a dead-end vibe. Flip it. It's here now, I've got it. People stuck in scarcity wait for the paycheck to feel rich, the win to feel strong, the love to feel whole. They're betting on the world to prove them worthy first. That's the old playbook, waiting for the prize to erase the void. Cause and effect, step by step, the way most roll. Nothing broken about it. It's just slow. But there's a sharper truth. You don't wait for the moment, you become it. Feel gratitude, and your wounds start mending. Feel abundant, and wealth starts knocking. Kobe Bryant put it raw. If you're afraid to fail, then you're probably going to fail. Feel the power now, and success chases you down. Step into love, for yourself, for life, and you'll draw a match worth having. Stand in awe of existence, and the extraordinary finds you. It's not effect following cause, it's you causing the effect. Stop pacing for permission from the outside. Start radiating the state you seek. The universe doesn't deliver to doubters. It bows to believers who live their worth before the evidence shows up. Section 17. Seize it, shape it, live it. Want something? Don't just daydream. Go after it with fire in your step. Right now, you're slumping, wallowing in pity, and that's a magnet for nothing but shrugs. Nobody's drawn to a sob story. Show the world you're hungry, not broken. Michael Jordan said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career, and that is why I succeed. Failure doesn't crush you. It's the chisel that reveals your power if you let it. Adversity's got a hidden gift. Every low hides a lesson. Too many only see their strength after life knocks them flat. But here's the trick. No matter how rough it gets, there's a spark of good in it if you hunt for it. Keep your head up, make it a reflex to sift through the mess for the gold. Kobe Bryant put it real. Everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise. That stumble? It's not the end, it's your teacher. Let's crack open the riddle. What's money anyway? You trade your hours, your focus, your sweat, and they toss you a $20 bill. What's that worth? Your time? Not quite. Who decides its value? Peel back the curtain and it's smoke. Money's a mirage we've all agreed to chase. It's not real until you make it real. Stop slaving for a slip of paper. Start crafting something that generates wealth. Elevate your mind. Think systems, think impact, think legacy. Feel abundance now and your body buys the story. It's wired to believe what you feed it. When that emotion hums, lack fades. You're not separate from the prize anymore. Why pine for when's it coming? If you're vibrating with plenty, you don't need to scan the horizon. It's already here. The longer you hold that energy, the tighter you pull that future into your hands. You're not waiting, you're creating. Section 18. Unleashing the winner. Within your world, stay stuck until you shift. Every lineage deserves a champion. Why not you? To claim that mantle, you've got to cut the cord tying you to mediocrity and graft yourself onto a victor's mindset. It's not optional, it's survival. Michael Jordan said, "Winning isn't always championships, it's about pushing yourself beyond what you thought possible." That's your call. Break free and rise. A winner doesn't clock out when the mood dips or the odds stack up. They deliver more than anyone expects every damn time. They don't just show up, they dominate, outpacing the pack by miles. Their standards aren't reasonable, they're relentless. It's not about feeling good, it's about being great, no excuses. Kobe Bryant put it stark. I don't want to be the next Michael Jordan. I only want to be Kobe Bryant. Winners don't mimic, they define. They're wired for destiny, unshaken by the chorus of doubters. Slow down, play it safe, you're not cut out for this. Genetics, cash, smarts, none of that sways them. They lock eyes on the prize and charge, deaf to the noise. You don't crave it this bad by accident. It's proof you're built for it. That gnawing hunger, it's your soul screaming you've got the chops. When you know you can win, every delay lights a fuse of frustration, and that's your edge. Lose that certainty, and the flame flickers out. People wonder, where's your spark? It's not hiding, it's unlit. You've got to strike the match. Belief isn't a gift, it's a choice you ignite daily. Doubt douses drive, but knowing you're capable fans it into inferno. Start where you stand, fan that ember into a blaze and watch it carry you where quitters can't follow. Section 19. Fan the flame, own the game. You've glimpsed the blaze inside you, how fierce it can rage, how unstoppable you can become. But it's not a one-time flare, you've got to tend it daily. Toss on fresh fuel. Every effort, every push makes it leap higher, feel closer, seem less like a wild fantasy. Michael Jordan said, "The key to success is failure." Each log you add turns that spark into a bonfire, proving what's possible when you refuse to let it die. Keep stoking, and one day it's a wildfire, uncontainable all from that first flicker you nursed. Luck's a myth. Every win traces back to a choice you made, even if the dots don't always connect in the moment. Nothing's random. Every breakthrough has roots you planted, whether you see them or not. Kobe Bryant put it plain. Dedication makes dreams come true. That inferno doesn't just happen, it's built, step by stubborn step. 3 kinds of people walk this earth. Those who spectate, those who scratch their heads after the fact, and those who roll up their sleeves and shape the story. Which are you? Do you wait for the mood to strike, or do you move until the mood catches up? It's simple. Don't let the dream killer switch flip. Snooze that alarm and you're not just delaying, you're dimming your own light. Why kick off your day with a stall? You set that clock last night with a vision. What shifted? Don't muddle your mind or misplace your drive before you've even started. Hesitation's a thief, action's your ally. Choose yourself over the haze, get up, get after it, and watch that fire turn doubters into believers. Section 20. Rise above. Claim your power. Your dreams shrank, so you linger under the covers. Your life's potential bows to the whispers of excuse in your skull. You stay tangled in sheets, your aspirations trapped in your mind, picking fleeting comfort over the vow you made when that alarm was set. Michael Jordan said, "Limits, like fears, are often just an illusion. Every snooze is a vote for smallness. Don't cast it." Why's your wallet thin? You've settled for the middle ground. Money's a pulse, a vibe, a wavelength, and when you shrug at cheap meals or threadbare choices, you're beaming a signal to the cosmos. I'm fine with scraps. You're telling the universe, don't bother with abundance, I'll take the dregs for my body, my days, my soul. That's not just a habit, it's a blueprint for less, etched by your own hand. When you live half alive, you're not your truest self. Spirit-lit folks don't sigh, I can't afford it. They ask, how can I make that mine? That's the pivot. The first breeds lack. The second sparks possibility. You're not here to scrape by. You're here to step into your real rhythm. Kobe Bryant put it sharp. The moment you give up is the moment you let someone else win. Stop accepting the low hum. Tune into the high frequency. Let me hand you your ultimate weapon, applied faith. This is the key that unlocks the vault of everything you're meant to be, a direct line to the force that birthed you and spins the stars. I know its power. I was born shackled by shadows, want, dread, ignorance, myths. Yet faith broke those chains. It's not blind hope. It's deliberate trust in what's possible, and it's yours to wield right now. Section 21. Burn for it. Chase it down. You've got to crave it deep. Ache for it so hard that every day without it stings like a wound. Years of hustle, sweat dripping, and you're still not there? That gap should twist your gut. It's not enough to say you want it. It's got to haunt you. Michael Jordan said, I play to win, whether during practice or a real game. There's that hunger. It's got to claw at you, relentless. Look in the mirror and call yourself out. You swore you'd grab this. You shout it to the world, pump yourself up each morning, then fumble it every damn time. That's not just a slip. It's a betrayal of your own fire. Don't let it slide. You should be mad. Furious at every missed shot, every weak excuse. If it doesn't hurt to fall short, you don't want it bad enough. It's got a pulse in your chest, wake you up ravenous like it's air, food, rest, all rolled into one. Sleep should dodge you. Your mind racing with tomorrow's moves. Your dreams so distant they taunt you. You're strolling when you should be tearing down the track, lungs burning to close the distance. Kobe Bryant put it blunt. I can't relate to lazy people. We don't speak the same language. Nothing else gets a vote. Every distraction's a thief stealing your shot. Quit squandering your days, rise and hunt it down. Money's not the goal, it's a signal, a hum you sync with. And you're a live wire, a frequency waiting to match it. Stop drifting. Want it so bad it drowns out the noise. Every second not pushing forward is a second lost. Get up, get moving, tune in and claim what's yours. Section 22. You are the source of wealth. Grasp this. Money's energy, and so are you. Two currents flowing as one. There's no wall between you and abundance. Money's just the echo of the worth you pour into the world. It's not separate from you. It's your essence in motion. Michael Jordan said, talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships. Your intelligence? Knowing that wealth mirrors the impact you create. How do you spark that flow? Lift others up. The more you give, whether it's a warm meal that lights up a face, a tool that amplifies voices, a sturdy chair, a bold design, the more comes back. Your gift could be anything, big or small, quiet or loud. Maybe you stitch joy into fabric, craft beauty from chaos, or build bridges with words. Whatever it is, the universe pays for the value you deliver. That gift is yours to wield. Your purpose is to unearth it and turn it into gold. Scale it as high as your vision stretches. No one's capping you but you. Want it massive, it's yours to claim. Kobe Bryant nailed it. The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do. Your ceiling's a myth. Your drive sets the height, and it starts with what you're wired to offer. Here's the recipe. Feel it first. Before the wind lands, let the joy, the certainty, the thrill flood you. Peel your focus off the everyday grind. Forget the familiar noise and tap into the invisible. Energy births reality, not the other way around. Fuse a sharp goal with a soaring heart, and your pulse kicks into a fierce beat. We've tracked it. That rhythm signals your mind. Go ahead, build it. Andrew Carnegie mastered this. He bent his thoughts to his will, and the world bent back. Section 23. Choose your envelope, shape your fate. Imagine this. You're born with two sealed paths in your hands. One's tagged, the wealth and victories you'll claim if you steer your mind with purpose. The other, the price you'll pay if you let your thoughts drift or let others cage them. It's your call. Open the first, and you're the architect. Crack the second, and you're the tenant. Michael Jordan said, "I never looked at the consequences of missing a big shot." When you think about the consequences, you're thinking about failure. Pick your envelope. Your limits? They're homemade or borrowed from naysayers you've let squat in your head. "I can't, you can't." Seriously, that phrase is a slap to your own potential, begging for a wake-up shove. Doubt's a liar. Kick it out. Applied faith is your weapon. It's the stance that sweeps fear and hesitation aside, aiming your mind like an arrow at whatever you're bold enough to chase. Time's ticking. Next year's coming. Whether you move or stagnate, you've got 365 days to mold or waste. Don't just sit there, grab a pen. Map out your long-game wins and your short-term steps. Build a checklist, hold yourself to it. Kobe Bryant put it real. Great things come from hard work and perseverance. No excuses. Dreams float, goals land, because they've got deadlines and teeth. A fantasy's just hot air. One day I'll switch careers. One day I'll break free. Cute, but one day isn't on the calendar. Turn that haze into a target. Write it, track it, own it. The clock doesn't care about your some days. It counts your actions. Stop drifting. Decide, direct, and deliver, or watch another year slip through your fingers. Section 24. Guard your mind, shift your world. Nature's got a rule etched in stone. What you don't use, you lose. That goes for your biceps, your talents, and yep, your mind. Letting it idle is handing it over to rust. All the big chances are gone, you mutter. Stop right there. Your richest inheritance isn't cash or land. It's the reins to your own thoughts. Michael Jordan said, "My body could stand the crutches, but my mind couldn't stand the sideline." Honor that gift. Wield it like the treasure it is. No one gets a vote in your headspace but you. Don't let outsiders or even well-meaning voices steer your thinking unless it's rooted in clear, sharp logic. You're the captain. Guard that wheel fiercely. Others might smirk, label you a skeptic or a dreamer. Let them. Their words don't pay your bills or carve your path. Kobe Bryant put it raw. "I don't care what people think about me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do." Stick to your compass. It'll dodge pitfalls they'll never see. Here's the playbook. Think your way forward, no apologies. Critics can stew in their own noise. You've got a life to build. Your paycheck? It's a snapshot of your inner wiring. Want more zeros? Rewire the system. Doubt that truth all you want. It still stands towering over broke days, shaky schooling, and every fear you've ever nursed. It's bigger than superstition, stronger than excuses. That strength? It's your birthright to grab your mind and aim it where you damn well please. When uncertainty sneaks in, lean on this. What you believe, you bring to life. Sow faith, harvest results. It's that simple, that sure. Direct your thoughts, and the universe has no choice but to follow. Section 25. Forge your mind, claim your prize, your mental outlook. It's yours to command. Lock it down with iron will until it hums with positivity, day in, day out. That attitude's a beacon, pulling in every chance, every twist that shapes who you are and where you land. Michael Jordan said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Discipline your thoughts, and you're not just dreaming, you're drawing your future closer. It might not click today, might not bloom tomorrow, might not even spark next month, but hold this truth. I'll stand on top someday, I swear it. Wisdom doesn't drop from the sky. It's carved through relentless self-control. Peace and joy, they're forged in the same fire. No shortcuts, no free passes, only the steady grind of keeping your mind on track. Kobe Bryant put it blunt. If you're going to be a leader, you're not going to please everybody. Stay the course. Pour everything into it, sweat, gut, soul, and the payoff scales up. Skimp on effort and you'll scrape by. Go all in and the wins pile high. Quit whining, hit the ground running, and do whatever it takes to grab what's yours. The more you drill, the sharper you get, until you're a machine wired for victory. It's not easy, it's brutal, but that's the point. Winning's not handed out, it's wrestled free. No one's bailing you out. Life doesn't deal wild cards. Stay hard isn't just a catchphrase, it's the lifeline when the deck's stacked against you. Stack those reps day after day, and you'll run circles around the gifted. Faith isn't a prize you hunt, it's already in you, humming. Problem is, you might be aiming it wrong, feeding fears instead of futures. Flip it. Faith's your compass, not your butler. It points the way, you've got to charge the hill. Section 26. Face it, fix it, fight for it. No one's riding in to rescue you, champ. Get that through your skull. Every mess you're wading through right now, every regret, every rut, traces back to you. Your sloppy calls, your weak routines, your half-baked moves landed you here. Michael Jordan said, "If you accept the expectations of others, especially negative ones, then you never will change the outcome. This is your mess. Own it. You're the only one who can claw your way out. Time to wake up. Let it scare the hell out of you if you're not where you swore you'd be." That chill down your spine? It's your signal to move. Don't buy the soft lies. It's okay, you've got years, take it easy. That's the lullaby of losers, the anthem of the stuck. Panic's your friend when your folks aren't secure. Let it light a fire. It should rattle you that your days don't match your dreams. It should haunt you that one slip, a crash, a bill, could sink you because you're scraping by, check to check. That's not just a nudge. It's a scream to get your act together. Kobe Bryant put it cold. Losers visualize the penalties of failure. Winners visualize the rewards of success. If you're not freaked out, you're not paying attention. Here's the raw truth. It's not rocket science. It's just damn tough to execute. No magic pill, no cheat code, no easy lane. The fastest route from this hole to your peak. It's the grind you've been dodging. Stop hunting for detours. Face the beast head-on and charge through it. Section 27. Grind it out, win it all, that tough road you're ducking. It's not just the quickest path, it's usually the only one to where you're aiming. I've got to push through the muck, stumble and learn, and never back off, even as others fade away. That's the playbook. Michael Jordan said, "To be successful, you have to be selfish, or else you never achieve." It's not pretty. It's persistence past the wreckage. This is war, and I'm in it to conquer. To claim the crown, I'll outlast you, outfight you, do whatever it takes, because winning's my pulse, my proof I'm here. Why settle for average when greatness is on the table? I'm not here to blend in. I'm here to stand out, to shift the game. Kobe Bryant put it sharp. I'd rather be perceived as overconfident than timid. Normal's a trap. The top's the target. Every ounce you pour in pays back. Mark that down. Skimp on the effort and you'll scrape by. Throw your whole self into it and the returns stack up. Want to shift the world? Bleed for it. The more you invest, time, sweat, soul, the bigger the haul. It's not a wish, it's a law. Building something real, a venture, a craft, a legacy, demands hours, not handouts. The more you hammer away, the more it yields. Work's the currency, results are the payout. There's no sidestepping it. Put in the reps and you'll pull out the riches. That's the deal. Always has been, always will be.